Of Gimel, we left off Gimel, page 166. Imchol b'Shabbos. If Yom Kippur falls on a Shabbos, Masker shel Shabbos. Aber vidu ishlachar atfilo, a Masker bo shel Shabbos. Rani mili yochid. Okay, Nilo, even though Nilo is the closing and it goes into the Til Tzesek Chovim, it's posher, I mean, it's understood. So he says, because since you started it during the daytime, Nilo is not really the after Yom Kippur Tefillah, it's really starts in the day, it extends itself till the end. Avidu Shach Tefillah Maskim Bo Shel Shabbos. I mean, do we mention Shabbos? We don't say Shabbos in the Vidu. Vidu is afterwards. He says, Hani Milu Yochid. That's the individual. Because when do we say vidu? We say vidu afterwards. Right? After the Shemona Esrei. Avol shlir tziba came shoma b'toch tfiloso, maske bo shel Shabbos. Right? But the shlir tzibu says it in the middle of the Shemona Esrei. Doesn't say it after. He does mention Shabbat. Vim lo hiske bozei marzir noso. If he admits it, it's okay. Right. There is a Chazor Sashatz. There is a Chazor Sashatz. Yeah. Maske shel Shabbos, k'der shemaske b'shat tfilos hayom gimel, sharei adayin yom Shabbos u'vafilos mashkimim hamamshichim. Tfilos, even though you extend it into the nighttime, sheschil bo yom tzarich lasker Shabbos. I mean, this past Shabbos, there was a problem. There's a whole question, David. Right? Shabbos is Ritzei. Motzei Shabbos is Yalav V'Yovo. So if it's Yalav V'Yovo, that means Shabbos is over. If it's Shabbos, if you say Yalav V'Yovo, why are you saying Ritzei? So you have to say Ritzei because you began on Shabbos. But you're saying two things within the Birchas HaMazon which are contradictory. Right? So what do you do? So the best thing is you finish eating before Shkia. Right? So finish eating before sundown, right? It's not a problem. But what if you don't? Mishna says, either you say just Ritzei, and if you want to say both, it's also okay to say both. Right? Most people say both. Ritzei and Yalav Yom, because you have times. If your Rosh Hashanah never falls out on Shabbos, then you have a problem. Right? How do you say Yalav Yom? But since the times Yalav Yom does fall out on Rosh Hashanah Shabbos, or you have Yom Tif, so you say both. It's not a problem. So you don't see it like it's not a blatant contradiction. So therefore you could say both. But I just been mentioning, if you start the meal on Rosh Chodesh during the week, before sundown, and you wash, and you finish 98% of the meals after sundown. You say, yeah, lev yavo, the benching. Of course, everything is determined when you began. Correct? That's the halacha. Same thing here. That's regardless of how much you go into the night with Nilo, even though you're not supposed to, as he said earlier, but nevertheless, but since the Nilo started during the daytime, it's a daytime. It's called a daytime tefillah. So there's nothing wrong if you say Shabbos. Avidu shlachat tefillah came shvarsim birchas Shabbos. Hayno ato v'chartonu shchos mekadosh Shabbos. Lo matzino haskor achas sima brocho. Chem shlir tzibur came shu omer havidu b'toch hatefillah. So lahaski shel Shabbos kato hivdalto enush birosh. Keder shemaske bo shel Yom Kippurim. וכמו שכל ברכות שהטוב וחרטונו שהוא מסקר של שבת של יום הכיפורים. בזה כלום בתוך הווידוי, אבל בתוך התפילה, הזכיר ולכן מחזיר. He said, even though in the video he didn't mention Shabbos, but since in the tefillah he did say Shabbos, that לכן he מחזיר, so that's why he doesn't have to repeat it. אבל אם לא הזכיר Shabbos כלל, in Nila he left out the word Shabbos, and it's Yom Kippur Shabbos, Os ben yochad ben shlibitz machziro, so whether it's the individual or it's the Chazor Sashatz, he has to repeat it, right? You have to mention Shabbos. Omer kesed dalit, omer kesed yom, kamo b'musaf. Musaf, nusach Sfard, right? Or Sfardi, they say kesed. They don't say Keser for every tefillah. Keser. Shachris, they don't say Keser.
You know, Nakdishach.
Nakdishach and Aritzach.
No.
That's what they say in Tinek about Dosach Svard. Okay. What? Okay. No, it's interesting. On Rosh Chodesh, Musaf, we take our tefillin off. Right? What do you take your tefillin off?
Yes.
Nusach Ashkenaz.
No, that's a problem.
Right. So Mishna Berura says. No, but the Mishna addresses this. Right? Keser is a crown. So tefillin is the equivalent of a crown. So because you say Keser, Musaf, that Keser is not referring to the tefillin. Therefore, the only Keser should be what we mentioned in Kedusha. You shouldn't wear the tefillin on your head. So what are Nusach Ashkenaz? They say Naritzcho. They don't say Keser. So Mishna Berura says that since Nusach Svard does say Keser, so because of that, even though you're not actually saying Keser, we don't want to differentiate between Ashkenaz and Svard. Therefore, nobody wears tefillin during Musaf. That's the point he makes. Okay? No, even if you're not in the same shul. All people in the shul, everybody's saying Naritzcha. Nobody's saying Keser. But, some do wear tefillin during Musaf, some don't wear tefillin. So as a result of that, everybody says, takes off the tefillin. No, but there's a doraisa. There's a question of a doraisa. Right? Wearing tefillin chalamoid and not chalamoid. Right? That's not a question. Here, you don't have to wear tefillin in Musaf. It has value. So versus this, it's better not to. That has to do with the Nusaf. That has to do with the Masorah. Do you say Keser or do you say Naritzcha? That's the question. In Mukach, they said Keser. Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
It has nothing to do with the Kabbalah,
So what? On Chalamoid, we wear tefillin. If that's your custom.
No, I don't.
So you don't?
I'm saying isn't that why you don't do it? I guess not. Right?
No. Kamo b'musaf, mokom shomrim naritzcho, b'musaf omrim gamkin b'nilo. He says, but let's say if the minog is to say naritzcho, so even nilo say naritzcho. You don't say keser. Poschen orom, l'chol tfilas hanilo. You keep the oren open for the whole nilo, right? Tes minhogim. It's interesting. Why do you keep the oren open for nilo? It's interesting. Is it because the oren's supposed to be open? The reason is because there's a minhag. If the oren's open, people stand. If the oren's closed, they're not going to stand. You're supposed to stand during nilo. So how do you get the people to stand? Keep the oren open. So it's not that you have to have the oren open. We're only opening the oren to guarantee people are going to stand for the nilo. The halacha is really when the oren is open, you don't have to stand. It's only if the Sefer Torah is in movement. With the Sefer Torah, it's in its location. You have no obligation to stand. It's respectful to stand, but it's not. You're not in violation of anything. But if they go hagba, or they're carrying the Sefer Torah in the shul, then you have an obligation to stand because the Sefer Torah is not in its location. You have to stand. That's the whole thing, Rabbi Yosher, the whole thing, that Rav Moshe, all of them, Rav Henke and Rav Aaron, all of them, they held, after Hagbah, who holds the Sefer Torah? It's what? If somebody holds it. Rabbi Yosher held that if somebody's holding it, that's shlo b'mekomo. It's not, and everybody has to stand. So if you ever that's the reason why originally they made these boxes. That's its location, right? But again, that was his position. Nobody agreed with his position. Sitting, holding it, since that is the minhag, that's its place until you put it back in the Aron Kodesh. So if you no. He held you had to stand. So his Talmidim, they make a whole tumult in the shul. They turn it upside down. If somebody holds it, they said, no, you have to put it on the bima. They were mocked, but you have to put it on the bima. So people, although they can't sit down. Okay?
other side of the story.
That what?
So you're not holding the Sefer Torah, so it's not a cover for the Torah. That's when putting it in the boxes. That's the problem the other way.
Yeah, okay.
That's why.
If you remember in the old shuls, where they have, the ones that still had balconies, they had, you know, the enclosure of the area of the bima. They had holes in the wood where they put the sefer in not even a box. No. In the new, they put boxes in the corner. No, not a box. Just the Eitz Chaims went through the wood. Whatever it was. Even though if it's heavy enough, it could actually break off. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah, but the minhag is what people hold it, or they put it into a thing. It's more respectful. The Moshe is more respectful. Somebody should hold it. Somebody holds the Sefer Torah, it's more respectful. But Moshe held giving it to a child. You should not give a Sefer Torah. That's disrespect because, again, a child could drop it, whatever it may be. Then what? Yeah, he holds it's not respectful. It's rather respectful.
It's better to put a maybe in there.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's better. Less of the two evils. But if you don't have to do any evil, you do the right thing, right?